Greetings, welcome to the channel. Today I'm building a faceless auto-updating mindfulness affirmations website using just 3 AI requests per day. No team, no fluff, just me, Ninja Tech AI, and a vision for endless affirmations that generate themselves. So if you ever wanted to build something powerful without burning cash or time, this is your blueprint. And as I said, I'm going to be using Ninja Tech AI. This is an AI tool. As it says, it's your professional AI partner. With Ninja Tech AI, you get Super Ninja. It's an AI agent with a dedicated virtual computer. It's like Manus that becomes your knowledge worker, coder, analyst, researcher, and more. As you can see here, underneath the prompt box, you've got deep research, fast search, write code, generate images, even video. And as we take a look a bit more at the site, it's the ultimate AI vibe coder, AI website builder, which is what I'm using it for today, and personal assistant. All right, and the key features are AI coding assistant for every programming need, messed up, an AI website builder and generator, free and premium. Plus, you get AI spreadsheet analysis and data visualization, AI PowerPoint and slide generator, AI for finance, stock trading, and business automation, and you have multi-agent reasoning for complex workflows. And here are just a few of the reviews, why people love Ninja Tech AI. Okay, I'm not going to spend time on that because I got a lot to do. And these are use cases, things that people have built, different things like, in this case, I should have opened that in a new tab. And of course, my computer wants to be slow because it knows I'm making a video. This is a use case for finance. Okay, here's the prompt that the person used, and this is the results that it returned. Let me go back. Of course, it doesn't want to do what I want it to do because it knows I'm making a video. Okay, and you can say there are other use cases as well. And here's basically how Ninja Tech AI works with the general AI agent. You got 15 plus, it's actually like 25, with 3 levels of complexity. You have single, complex, and autonomous. The AI agents are built to match the level of complexity of each task, ensuring optimal results every time. As you can see, you got general, deep coder, image analysis, file analysis, deep search, podcast generation, writer, image generation, video generation, document generation, fast research, image edit, and coder. Then, of course, I said 25, but I was mistaken. There are over 45 plus AI models. That's when you include the video and image models as well. And you have models from OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, and more. Ninja helps you eliminate the need for multiple subscriptions and tab switching. And let's take a look at all of the models. Okay, as you can see, here's a listing of them. Okay, image generation, powerful tools for complex analysis. There are the facts. We're not getting into that. You have an async system, unlike traditional chatbots that keep you waiting for responses. Our task-oriented infrastructure lets you submit requests and continue working while Ninja autonomously handles multiple tasks simultaneously. You know I'm not going to start over when I make a mistake. Nobody's perfect, myself included. Now, this is the plan. This is the plan I'm on. When I got it, it was $25 a month, but it went up. But you get 80 Super Ninja quests, that's per month. And you can do 2 concurrent virtual machines. You get undo and redo AI actions. That's coming soon. 1 million context window and more. Now, let's see, 15 specialized AI agents tailored for every task. You've got tasks such as writing, coding, image generation, video generation, and file generation. Complex tasks, image analyzer, podcast generator, research, file analysis, and image edit. Then you have autonomous agents for deep research, a general AI agent, and a deep coder. That's coming soon as well. Then we have the proprietary AI models, Turbo 1 for lightning fast responses. Turbo delivers instant responses using our custom in-house fine-tuned models and available to all subscribers. Then there's Apex 1.0 for unmatched depth and precision. Apex combines multiple flagship AI models for expert-level insights and is available to Ultra and Business subscribers. Then there's Reasoning 2.0 for complex problems that require advanced reasoning. Reasoning 2.0 is built on DeepSeek R1, distilled on Llama 7DB, and is available to our Ultra and Business subscribers. Then, of course, AI at industry-leading prices. Here are the prices. They're showing them for annual, it's $24 per month, and on the Pro, and $124 per month for the Max. The Max gives you unlimited requests, whereas Pro gives you 80. This is per month, and you get unlimited per month. But on the monthly, it's $29 a month for Pro and $149 a month for the Max. And this is everything that you get. This shows a sampling of what these all the agents and image generators are. And same here. All right, you got 200 messages daily on Throttle. You get 1,000 messages a day on the Max plan. You got GitHub integration on both. Website editor. They basically have the same. You can use this for your business. You can use this for all your devices. They do have an app for iOS and Android, and I do have the app on my phone. It even works with Mac OS as well as Windows, and it's very easy to get started. Now, the cool thing is they have an app as well, and we'll get to that. Ta-da! Here it is. And this is what I'm going to be using to create the Daily Mindfulness Affirmations website. Now, I already have my prompt here. I'm going to get it from my other screen. And copy and paste. And I'm going to be using Super Ninja. So its computer is going to be there. This is my very first time using the app, folks, so bear with me. You're going to find out, like I am, how it works. All right. So it stuck me back into a browser, not in the app. This is interesting. And of course, my computer wants to take a long time because it knows I'm making a video. It's behaving. I told them to stay in the room and don't make any noise, and they made noise and came out. So it's loading the supercomputer, and with my website that I'm going to be creating, it's a daily affirmations website that's geared toward mindfulness. As you're aware, I do have the Mindful Internetpreneur series going, and this is a supplement to it. And I'm going to create this for all of you mindful internet warriors out there who are using the internet, be it for your main source of income or as your side hustle, side gig. My mindfulness information is for all of you or anybody else on the planet who wants to learn about mindfulness. And with this, I'm going to start off giving mindful affirmations. And the site is going to be monetized as well with ads. But we'll get to that in a moment. And of course, it wants to take all year because it knows I'm making a video, misbehaving and all. All right, let's get rid of some of the bloat. But you can enjoy the cool music as my computer decides what it wants to do. And let's see. All right, cool. It even has my prompt in, and what I'm going to do for, what do you want? Get off of there. Okay, now here's the prompt. Build a minimalist homepage for a mindfulness site that displays one daily affirmation, text only. Use calming colors inspired by the morning glory plant. I saw that plant online. I thought that would be cool for a mindfulness site. Would be soft blue, lavender, sky tones, and make it mobile friendly and clean. Include a placeholder for ad zone. All right, I know why they're doing that. That should fix that. It did. It did. There we go. And toggle for light dark mode. Grammarly likes it. So here we go. Again, I've never used this. So I'm taking a look at what we're going. I have it on complex. That's what they did. That's what 45 requests, high quality. Requests, balances quality and speed. That's just going to be fast. We're going complex. And from here, I'm going to push enter and see what we get. And she's a working. Now, because this is going to require more requests than I get daily, you only get 3 for some reason. This is going to be a multi-part series. Now, as you can see, it's working like Manus AI would, or GenSpark AI would. You see the computer here on the right, and this is telling me all that it's doing in strategizing. Okay, so it's researching the morning glory and the colors, and it's going to work doing what we need it to do. I don't know if you've watched the channel before and saw me build a website that lists all my YouTube videos. I had to shut this, well, they kind of shut the site down for me because they stopped my API. So my site wouldn't update, it wouldn't display the videos. But that was kind of my fault because I put that site on manual traffic exchanges to get exposure to it. But it did work well. So I was using Bila.dev to create that site. But I stumbled across this Super Ninja AI or Ninja Tech AI. They have several names and they're all the same thing. I guess they're trying to cover the market with the Ninja name. And what I'm trying to do is just find myself one AI tool that I'm going to use for the majority of my projects. If you've watched the channel before, you know I was in love with Manus, but Manus and I are breaking up because Manus has gone haywire and it does its own thing. It lies about what it's doing. It's got a lot of problems right now. And I'm not the only one. I went to a Reddit thread for Manus, and Manus is just spacing out. So I won't be using Manus anymore because while it's making all of those mistakes, it eats up all your credits. And I do like Bila.dev, but it makes mistakes too. And fixing all those mistakes, hey, there we go. Uses a lot of credits. And once your credits are gone, you can't access anything, including the code. I forgot to copy that bad boy. So I don't have the code for that site I made for my YouTube videos. All right, so that was quick. Let's see what we have here. Let's see now we're going to say my colors, which help me create an authentic color palette for blindness. The tools, market research. It has a placeholder for the ads, CSS, there's a palette, HTML for the home page. Now, I'm going to have a back end on this as well, but like I said, this is all going to have to take place step by step, day by day. Now, let's see, make sure everything works correctly. I'll start with simple HTML server file, check for nice and great. It's running 8,000. I can view the site. Site's now accessible, working. Let's see, I'm at peace where I am right now. Morning Glory inspired color palette is implemented with soft blue or lavender gradient. Nice, dark blue. Still doing stuff. Let's test the dark mode toggle functionality to make sure it works. Let's see, it's working correctly. I can see that. The background has changed. Alright, I'm behind on what it's doing versus over here. And let's see, different approach to check responsiveness, filter functionality to resize the view. The proper viewpoint, meta tag for mobile responsiveness, CSS, blah blah blah. Update our to-do list to mark testing task as complete. Now we've completed all the tasks on our to-do. Let's create a README file. Okay, cool. That's for me. Okay, here it is. And this is everything that is done. All right, and it's still working. Now, what do we have here? Live preview. Here's the link. Let's take a look. All right, now let's see if it's going to give me a new one, because that's what I want. I don't have everything in place for that to give automatic quotes. Here's an advertisement zone, and when this is fully built out, it's going to be a membership site. You got to monetize, folks. So the price won't be too high, but you got to get recurring revenue. And the ad zone is for revenue. Okay. Let's see. Color palette, daily affirmation. All right. So it gave me, it's the same link. Yes. And here are the files. Nice. I'll give it superb. Now, I was using Copilot to help me with all of this. And what I'm going to do is, let's copy the link address. And we'll get Copilot to take a look at it. As you see, I had Copilot construct the prompt for me, and it gave me tips and all about recording and all that stuff. And it's giving me my SEO description and all for YouTube. But I'll let it know what it looks like. Here is the site that Ninja, I can't spell, I built. And by the way, folks, when you use Copilot, you're basically using ChatGPT for free, because you can put Copilot in smart mode or deep research, and you get the same as ChatGPT 5 without paying for it. Let's see what it says. Just check it out. Clean, minimal, exactly as you envision. The homepage titled Daily Mindfulness displays a single affirmation. I'm going to write down. It's styled simply with centered layout and clear typography. Solid day 1, day 2. So we already discussed this, Copilot and I. So this is going to be the API and the backend. Here's the prompt. Create a backend route that uses AI to generate one short poetic affirmation daily. Store each affirmation in a database and expose the latest one via a public API. This will power a set and forget homepage that updates automatically. Once you run this, we'll prep day 3. Okay. Let's see. I'll let it know. Looks like I may be able to do day 2 now. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to give it the second input or prompt. Same thing. And there we go. We'll get Copilot out of the way. Let me ask it. Let me make sure I'm doing this. Can I add the prompt as is, or do I have to instruct more? As is, very structured. Okay, yes. And I asked, all of these AIs know each other. Okay, and I like Copilot because, like I say, you get GPT-5 without having to pay for it. All right, and of course, you want to be in the way now. And here we go. I'm going to keep going until it tells me I can't make any more requests. So now it's going to create the backend. And when you're building, it's best to keep your prompts as precise and short as possible, so it doesn't confuse any of the agents that you're using, because they'll try to do everything all at once, and you might end up having to make a lot of corrections. So I let it know that I only had 3 requests per day, which is why Copilot came up with the strategy of we'll do it step by step, day by day for the requests that we have. And it looks like I may be able to get more of it out of it than I thought. So I shall continue, like I said, until it says I cannot. Now it's working. Yes. And see, I'm not going to be overboard on the ads. I'm sure you've gone to sites like an image resizer site. They've got ads, on each side of where you put the your image in, and on the bottom and on the top. I'm not going to overrun the thing like that, but I will have ads on there. If anybody knows a network besides Google, leave it in the comments below, or I'll make a banner that'll fit there on a rotator for my own stuff. But we'll got to get this bad boy monetized on purpose. That's why I'm doing this. I'm tired of affiliate marketing, because you've got to put in so much effort and time to get something to go through and get a sale. I get signups, but I haven't gotten any paid signups, being honest with you folks. It's better to have your own thing, and mindfulness is my thing. And it's doing its thing. Now, I did do one thing with this. I believe I connected it to GitHub. I don't remember. Let's see. This is what it looks like. I saw the toggle switch. I wasn't paying attention the first time. There's appendices. Okay. I wonder where is it getting the API? Maybe here. Okay. Still the colors. And here's the back end. I guess that's where it's getting it from. I'm no coder, folks. But everything in code is in English, or the language that you speak. But I can pretty much figure out what it's doing. I just don't code. I catch codes, not very often, but I don't code. Bad joke. Per se. Let's see. That's the steps it still has to take. Mark progress, create a simple test. So far, so good. I like Ninja Tech AI. And like I said, Manus and I, we've broken up because Manus has gone crazy. The other one that I really like is GenSpark AI. And I do have a subscription to that, and I've gotten some referrals as well, so I got extra credits, which is great. I'm going to use that to make another site with my GenSpark. It's going to be about how to succeed as a Babel voice contributor. Now let's see, information testing purposes. Okay, send update, simple deployment. Okay. Here we go. README file, blah blah blah, phone repository. Okay, done that. Okay. It doesn't want me to sign in to Docker, does it? I guess not. Good. It doesn't look like I have to. Final review. Okay, it's just about done, folks. Let's see how the system generates new affirmation daily. Using OpenAI, the affirmation is stored on MongoDB. The front end fetches the latest affirmation via API. Users receive a fresh AI-generated affirmation each day. To the implementation or explain any part in detail. All right, I'm going to give this to... It even celebrated itself. I like that. All right, let's start over. I'll copy everything. I'll let Copilot know. All right, it is done. Here is everything it has completed. We'll do that. All right. As soon as they set and forget information, you can vision. Oh, let's get the link. Did it give me a link? I don't see one. That was just the back end. Now let's see. Envision front end, back end. For some reason, my Copilot won't scroll. And I've got a trackball mouse connected as well as a wired mouse. It doesn't scroll with either one. I have to do it manually. Let's see. Next step, you might consider admin dashboard. Yes. And this is giving me how to film it. Okay, let's see. Let's go with the day 3 and the prompt. Yes. I also want the user to be able to request. It knows I want this, but I want to make sure it doesn't forget a prompt when they first enter the site. Yeah, I wanted it to be interactive. That's what I wanted in the first place. Okay, expand the backend to include admin dashboard. Okay, good. A new front end feature where a user first visits the site, they see the daily affirmation, but also have the option to click a button to request a new affirmation. They should call the backend to generate it fresh. Yes. Track how many times user requests new affirmation and display that metric. Let's see. So, UI copy that request new affirmation button. Yes. Give the prompt for all of it. daily schedule prompt. Okay. Yes. Everything. And when can we install the email function so users can receive the prompts automatically after they join? Paid. Question mark. Yes, and it's a natural extension is email delivery for paying members. That's where it starts just from visit when you remember to daily touch point in their inbox, which is sticky and monetizable. Yes, email function timeline. Okay, that's day 4. Okay, so all right, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Do I add the day 3 prompt? Next. Okay. So just automatic plus interactive plus monetize. UI copy for the requested button. Yes. This is going to make the button better. Okay. Now, put the day 3 prompt together is what I'm going to tell it. Did I spell that right? Prompt with the button stuff. It knows what I'm talking about. Together. Please. I'm always nice to it, so when they take over, it puts me way down on the list at like 6 billion something. When it's killing all the people on the planet. Yes. Yeah, I know what I'm doing on the filming. Okay. So, you take all of this. I don't need the quote. That might confuse it. What are the... Alright, let me see what these asterisks for. Why did I put that there? Okay, I think that's part of the code. Alright. So this is the next prompt to get everything built. Yeah. Alright, I believe the asterisks have to go there. Like I said, I don't code, folks. Now, I'm going to pop that bad boy in there. And it's going to add more stuff to the site. It's giving it a name, Mindful Glory. I like it. Okay, it's doing its thing. And again, you see the work that it does in its computer. If you're wondering what this H is, this is for Harpa. It's another AI agent. It can read everything that's on the page. Okay. Capture a view, search the web, explain anything that's on the page, you highlight or whatever. You could ask about the page, summarize the page, extract data, repurpose page, rewrite the page, rewrite a reply if there's an email, and this is the chat. But that's a different story. There are other videos online about this. And was this 25? Harpa came out last year, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit after ChatGPT. Let's see, authentication service for having a user login. Yes, it's working. It's almost alive. Yes, so if you have any questions, folks, about other AI tools that you'd like to see in action, just leave it down in the comments and I'll get a hold of it and put it to work and see what it can do. And besides websites, I do websites because I wanted to build something that's going to make me some money. If you wanted to see any of these things do anything else, leave it in the comments and I'll use them for those things. If you want to see it create a spreadsheet, this thing said it can do PowerPoint. That's another way you can do a presentation. There's a site called Gamma that can do presentations for you. But I don't like Gamma because their AI is a little restrictive on what you can do. With them, if you pop in a link, it will use the link's information verbatim, everything that's on the site. And then Gamma gets mad at you for copyright infringement. But they didn't put safeguards in to not allow that, okay, unbeknownst to me. So you have to tell it to make the information all original. I'm not putting a link in for Gamma because I don't like them. But I'll do it because I mentioned it. And it's creating a service for managing the ad zone again. It looks like every time it's always rebuilding the site because it's making additions. And let's see, it's doing all of this. I may be able to do this all in one sitting, not in multiple days like I thought. Like I said, I'm going to keep going until it stops me. And if need be, there'll be another in the series on building this. Right now, where are we on time? Coming up on 40 minutes. We're at 38 minutes and some change. As I check the timer on my OBS Studio. And if you aren't aware of OBS Studio, it's great video software, which is absolutely free. They have it for all systems, Windows, Mac, I do believe even for Linux. It has a steep learning curve, but there are other videos and other people will do a much better job of explaining it than I can. But I was able to understand what they explained and got the thing up and running. Now, let's see, where are we? Roots for analytics. Yes. This way I know what's getting what from where. And I will not stick this site on any traffic exchanges because eventually it's going to have ads. So that's a no-no when you have ads, especially with the Google people. And then, of course, I'm sure you guys are all aware of what they did in July. They shut down a lot of channels for people who were using the avatars because they wouldn't change the clothing on the avatar, the background. I think it's funny that they do that, but Google themselves are developing their own AI and AI image generators and everything else, but you can't use it the way you want to make life easier for yourself. That's just crazy. But you can always make your own video channel. And that's what I'm going to end up doing, because I got to get all these videos off my computer and off my OneDrive. I'm running out of space. And if I don't use GenSpark, I may use this to create that. And it'll be able to update the videos automatically as I record. But I need something to house them all, because you never know when you're going to use it again. Let's see, front end, new affirmation button. Let's modify the index file. Yes. And one thing I noticed is it hasn't caught one. It hasn't made an error that it has to correct. Manus makes an error, but it fixes it. But I always wonder, does it make the error on purpose so it uses up your credits more? Okay, but this one has not made an error yet. And when I was using Vila last week, it made errors, but I forgot to turn on the autocorrect. But when it did notice the errors, it did fix it. Let's see. Is it done? No, not yet. Okay, it's still working on it. And here's our dark light button. Isn't that cool, folks? And the bottom should be, it says daily mindfulness. I may have it change that to the mindful internetpreneur. That's what I go as, with the other videos. I'm doing this for you, folks. Those 6 of you who watch my mindfulness videos. I'm making something to help with the mindfulness. Eventually, this is going to be a mindful hub, but I've got to take it one step at a time. We'll start with the affirmations, and from there'll be more stuff, and then even more stuff. I'm not going to let you know, because anybody's watching might copy and steal. Please don't do that. I'm really trying. Okay? And it's still working, as you see. I'm trying not to have dead air, but that's what the music is for. And if you like the cool music, I made that on Suno AI. There'll be a link in the description. It's called Night Whispers. I didn't publish it on purpose, so the YouTube people wouldn't say there was a copyright issue. It's mine. I asked it to create something on a smooth jazz tip, as it were. And that's what I got. And it's still working. And it's still working. But I think the site right now is pretty cool as it is. Let's see if I reload if the thing has been done to it. Not yet. Okay, but you can toggle between that. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a button for a new affirmation. And it should say daily mindfulness affirmation. And then this will be down here, copyright the mindful internetpreneur. Yes. I hope no one else is using that handle. I need to get myself a domain name. But I just paid my property taxes, so I'm wiped out. That's why I couldn't get the better plan. And it's still working. So now I'm going to get the backend, the admin dashboard, so I can do things without having to use the AI to do things. That's what the backend is for. I could have easily done this on a WordPress site, but why? An AI will do it for you. I just want to see the thing in action. And I imagine there would be a plugin on WordPress that would give me the affirmations. All I have to do is just domain name, install WordPress from whichever provider I use, and from there stick in the plugins. But that's too easy. And it's not using AI. Okay, let's see. Pretty prints. Detail not found. Now let's create login page for the admin dashboard. And of course, over here, it's thinking, oh, look, it's nice, it's beautiful. Okay, JavaScript. And there's only one slot for ads, but once it's all done, like I say, guys, if you know anything else besides Google, leave it in the comments. I want to use it on the ad network. The other ones, a lot of them, you got to have a lot of visitors already. This is a brand new site. So, but if you can think of one that's legitimate, and okay, no adult content, please. That's not funny. And it tailors itself to the website. That would be great. Let's see. I have to have that cookie stuff on here too. I have to let Copilot know, but that's going to be later down the line because I'm using ads, and the ads themselves will have cookies. So you got to put a cookie notice and a privacy. All that crap needs to be added in here too. But I'll let Copilot know. And let's see. So it's still creating the backend, which is cool. I never looked at, because this is my first time using it. Okay, it won't show. I know that's copy. That would be the code. This is preview. That's so I can open it. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to bother it. Okay, what goes on over here? Okay, open in browser. All right. Okay, so in a way, I feel like they made me put this on. Their app, but it's not being used. I thought the app would show up in the computer, but I guess it needs a browser to do all of this. So, but hey, I still have it. So, and again, they have an app for mobile as well for both systems. You line waiting people, those people who wait in line to buy a phone with a piece of fruit on it. And then, of course, for the Android people. And speaking of phones with fruit, I see the new one is out. If anyone has gotten one and used it, leave in the comments how you like it. I use Android phones. I have Apple products, but no Apple PCs. Because I had a Mac Mini, but my operating system was so old I couldn't use hacks to change my password. I mistakenly logged in, but the cap locks was on, and I didn't know I was using their keyboard, and it didn't light up to let me know the cap locks were on. So I got locked out, and I couldn't get in. And I don't like the fact that Apple makes you wait on a password they give you at least 2 weeks. No, it was 21 days minimum. So it's like, I own the computer. Why do I have to wait on it? So after that experience, and like I said, my system was old, the operating system. I think I had, what was it, Leopard? So I couldn't get in. They had to send me a password. After that, I was done with Apple. Okay, it looks like it has completed. Update the API and other settings. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do steps 1 through 4? Oh, I hit enter. I didn't hit this. I hit enter on my keyboard. Give them a rating of superb. Now let's see. Updating any file with your OpenAI API key. Okay, this could remind you to do this if it creates a new, once the server is running. Let's see. You gotta go to OpenAI. Alright, let's do that on the other screen so nobody sees my key. Actually, I've got that bad boy already. It's in my mail, but like I said, I'm still doing the other screen. What's wrong with that? By now, Grammarly, I'm not logging in because you want to take over my screen as it is. Okay, now let's go here. I might have to make a new one because this thing is old. This is from last year. But I have a router. Okay. Here it is. Oh no, here's the new one. Let's make that full screen. Make sure. Okay, and what did it say? You didn't tell me if I needed to give you the key or not. That's because, Goober, you didn't put it in there. Yeah, you got Claude. Let's see. Sign up for OpenAI. I'm already done that. Add your key. Oh, you want me to do it? It already has the information in it. It looks like. All right. So that's going to be done on another screen. You never let your APIs be shown. And we'll sign in. Let's use the phone. I'm trying to look for the email. Okay, we'll get the API code here. It wants me to add it. All right, where is it? Okay, folks, I'm looking for my, I guess I'll get a new API key for this. Look at the one I have is old. It was when ChatGPT first started. So I don't know if it updates with their models or not. It might be getting old stuff. Okay. There's all this crap. I just want a key. You're making me do all this. I don't need a debugging request. Prompt cache. Where is it? Responses, conversation, streaming. Okay. And of course my computer wants to be slow. You see I'm trying to get this in here. Which key do I use? You know I'm making a video, don't you? And we're waiting and anticipating as my computer takes its time. There's a new poetic affirmation each day. You know what? I should still have, no. Yeah, I should still have the key. I'll do that. Let's go here. I'll give it that one. Oops. Go here. We'll have it do it. This is an old key. But for affirmations, it should be okay. It looks like it's going to do it for me. Yes. This was the file it said to put it into. I don't code, so I might screw that up. Can you check to make sure everything works. I knew I was going to do that properly. Oop, I keep hitting enter. On here, you have to hit that. Enter on my keyboard. Okay, it didn't start. Not found, which means it didn't install in this environment. Yeah, you did it, not me. Okay, so they're going to update some stuff. Yeah, that's the one thing it didn't do. I should have told it to check and double check. I do that with, well, I used to use Manus, but I do that with GenSpark, and it will check it several times to make sure everything works. All right. Script. Doing something new. So you don't need that. And it's testing. Error. Did I see it? Not found. Yes. Express imported from. Looks like we need to install required. Okay. Good. Okay. Funding? What are you talking about? And it's checking. Okay. So there's an update added. 0 vulnerabilities. So from here, it should work. It just looks like it's waiting on a response. I can do something with this. It's not asking me to. I noticed that with Manus, it asks you to approve new stuff. This one doesn't. GenSpark doesn't either. Okay, test script executable. Go to execute session command. Okay, you did that. With the node is already in use. And let's check what process they're using. Okay. Okay, so the server is running. They say it's working correctly. User information point is also working. Now let's check we can access the front end. Accessible. Okay, that part is way up here. Here. You can see it's running. I see the daily information displayed. Right now, the request new information button is visible and properly displayed. Yes, that place is displayed. Morning glory inspired color palette is applied. Yes. Let's test the request of new affirmation. It's testing for me. I'm liking this. And it's working. working correctly, but I didn't get a new affirmation. I didn't see all of that. Okay. You're giving your own password. All right. Let's see, admin log is working. What are the default admin credentials? Section 7 to 30 days. Okay, that's cool. Create new button for adding new affirmations. Page nations controls at the bottom. Add zone page. Okay, so it's actually checking everything, which is cool, like it should. But I had to tell it to do it. But I'm really liking Ninja Tech AI. I think it's really cool. And so far, so good. It didn't give me a link to a server that wasn't working like Manus did. I didn't even use the video because I was dropping too many F-bombs at the thing. So let's see, the analytics page is also working correctly. 5 requests. We see username, email, password. Say there's an error message about failing to load user settings, which is expected since we're running in mock mode without a real database. However, the page structure is working correctly. Let's go back to dashboard, check the user drop-down menu. Now we're at dashboard. I can see that our mock data is being displayed correctly. Request 5, that's true. We had total of 12, that's true. Active ads 1. Now, drop-down is working. Profile settings, log in. Perfect. The logout functionality is working correctly. Clicking the logout option successfully. It's not generating a new request. It didn't generate a new one, dude. Let me go here. I think the link is different now. It is, because nothing is updated. All right, let's get rid of that. Actually, we'll see the progress. Okay, I just hovered over it. I don't know what happened when it did that. That's all I did. And it's not giving a response. Boy, now I don't have to upload this to Netlify, which is great. And I'm just going to let it float around. Let's see how if you continue with your mindfulness project, let me understand the current state, plan our next steps. History is definitely dope. And the front end with daily affirmations, light, dark, badass, and user requests. To-do list to guide our next steps. Let's check the current. I see all tasks and Let's examine the content. Let's data examine. Better understanding product structure. Identify. Okay, now let's look at the package. Let's examine the affirmation service. Understand how they're generated. Let's check front end. Information, understand user interface. CSS styles. Okay, it's checking everything. Via code. Wow, I thought this was going to be day 3, but I'm still on the same one. I'm not mad. Okay, this is everything. But the request new affirmation button didn't work. Project list created to do with enhancements we can implement. It's going to make its suggestions, it looks like. This is everything that was done. And then add, optimize, and then add user experience, count, okay, more code. Start, some of these improvements. Server-side caching, affirmation service to use our new cache service. Okay, fascinating, as Spock would say. Wow, I asked it to check and it's really checking. Okay, it's not lying to me like Manus did. I don't know if I deleted that video or not. If you want to see it, leave a comment below. I'll have to check for it. Oh, but I emptied my recycle bin a couple of days ago. It might be gone. But I'll have to check my files to see if I still have it. Okay, update the affirmation service to use a new cache service, new API endpoint. Okay, root for it. Update server, new system roots. And let's add a new section. Okay, the admin dashboard, new system page. This ought to be interesting. Full file rewrite. We've been at it a while, folks. Coming up on an hour, and at least on my clock, 14 minutes. And I said this was going to be a multi-step. And when I meant multi-step, I was thinking more than one day. But so far, I have enough credits. I wonder if it's going to use all the credits up in one sitting. I'm going to find out the hard way. Dashboard display cache statistics, system information, new system page. Okay, I didn't ask for any of this. It's doing this to fine tune it, so we should get something that's readable. We got index HTML. Yes, you're going to log in with the password you created and the username you created. This is interesting. One thing I want to know. I'll ask Copilot. And of course, my computer is slowing down. If you're watching my clock on the lower right, it has frozen. There we go. If you're seeing things going crazy, it's because my computer is getting tired. See the clock stopping? The computer is freezing. It's getting tired. I have too much going on. Okay, so you screwed up something. Event listeners. Let's see, page. Correct location in the file. Correct location. Okay, so you're adding more stuff. It's doing quite a bit, folks. If the video is herky-jerky, it's because my computer is freezing. Oh. But I'm going to continue to roll. Speaking of managed cache, I need to manage cache from this. Okay, asset modification task, much to do list. Okay. And what just happened? I don't know. We've drawn a blank. Don't do this to me, computer, please. I've got an hour and 17 minutes here. Oh, I know what this is. This is Copilot. But it's going to take a while for it to load. Yes. Yes, I'm asking my computer to do too much. Of course it's not responding. It knows I'm making a video. And I shouldn't have asked it to do that. We'll worry about that another day. Let's get this off. Too many apps going. Okay, there we go. And that sound you hear is the sound of money from my Tangled Social browser. Tangled Social is a website that pays you to like, post, share, and comment. They pay in Milix, which is their own cryptocurrency. And they also have a browser. The browser acts as a node. So you're part of their blockchain. And that sound is the sound of an ad being shown that paid me. And it's doing a lot of stuff. Let's see, main index. Why are you doing that offline page? Okay, let's just do that, and that'll get that out of the way. There we go. want to leave it alone. Directory for the icons. Why? Okay. It's doing a lot of stuff. And let's see, original index for the new version. I have to let it know that the request new affirmation button didn't work. Okay, update our to-do file. Task completed. New features. README. API endpoints. What's this? Add a section about the new performance optimizations and PWA features. I do not know what PWA means. Minification script to generate the minified assets. Let's see, it looks like we have an error in our minification script. Let's fix the issue with the duplicate function name. So you have more than one. At least it's finding the errors. That's why I asked it to check. All of this is because I asked it to check to make sure everything is working properly. Like I say, I don't code. This is doing all of the work for me. But of course, you want to make sure it works properly before you set it out into the world. Let's see. Successfully generate minified versions of our CSS and JavaScript. Okay. It's fine-tuning its own work, is what it's doing. Let's see. Okay, mobile app development section. I did tell it to make it mobile friendly. Security enhancements. I never thought about that. How do you stop attacks? And any website that's out there is always under attack. Let's see, express rate limit package. I don't know what that is, folks. I don't know what a lot of stuff is. Like I say, I don't code. Rate limiters. User request limiter. Yes. Let's check the affirmation roots, please. Okay, it's checking and adding a lot of new stuff. And of course, it makes noise while I'm recording. Stupid phone. Let's see, rate limit statistics. Update. What are they doing? It's had a lot of stuff. Below rate limit information. Should have told her to give it 3 per day. We'll get to that later. Well, there's still more stuff to add. Okay, and it's still doing all of this. Let's see. You're gonna run the minified. All right, so it looks like you're done. What did you do? Look at all of this. Performance optimization, implemented server-side caching for affirmations with configurable TTL, unification script, CSS, Java files, attach cache management, admin, optimized dashboard queries with proper caching strategies. Oh, that's with PWA, progressive web app implementation. Okay, page. Add a system information page, implement cache. Okay, memory. Rate limiting for API, add restricted rate limits. Created user requests. Added rate limit statistics. It has offline support. Improve error handling with fallbacks. Added theme preferences that persist across sessions. Implemented responsive design improvements. All these enhancements have significantly improved the performance, security, and user experience of the Mindfulness website. The application now works offline, loads faster due to minified assets and caching, and is more secure with rate limiting in place. Names for enhancement, more detail. Let's see. Performance. Let's see. No, it didn't work. I don't think I spelled affirmations right. I guess I did. Oops. It didn't look like it worked, so I'll have it check it. According to that, it said it was disabled. So it's checking the whole thing, which is cool. Yes, check the front end, please. That's what matters. The mock server is running. What about the real server? Wait for implementation. Okay, so it's fixing that. Starting the server. Simplify approach. Okay. I hope it's not in a loop because this is the second time it's done it. And it's rewriting it. Okay. This is the new. Now it's going to bring the website up and check it. What do you want, OBS? Why are you flashing? Okay, it went away. See, the website is loaded successfully in dark mode. The current information that I'm at peace. All right, now let's test. Yes. Doesn't look like it's loading. Over here it had the link. I should have copied it. Let's see. Let me check the rest of the affirmation button. Okay, yeah, see, it wasn't working. Okay, web browser takeover tool. Interesting. It's going to let me test. I don't think it's done. All right, so what do I do next? because nothing is happening. It didn't give me the site to test, nor did it give me a link. What's this? Yeah, that's download. Do I do this? I guess I do. Okay, it's down there. I trust the journey. I can't see the whole thing because the footer is in the way. No, that's not even the footer. It's this. Okay. It works. However, it displays the new affirmation. Bottom of the page. Fix it so that it displays in the proper location. No, you know what? You only wanted to get one more. If they want more, they need to. It's gonna have to get a membership. The little things, folks. I'm not going to complain because I didn't have to do all of this work. It did it for me. And so far, I'm quite pleased. It just needs a little fine tuning. Oops, I keep hitting enter on my keyboard. And I need to do it here. Let's see, I'm glad to hear it works. I understand new affirmation is playing at the bottom of the page instead of the proper location. Let me fix this issue. Working correctly, but it should update the main affirmation display as well. The code to ensure the new affirmation appears in the proper location. Let me check the exact content of the file to make the correct replacement. Well, to all you coders who make everything for us and get it to work, I appreciate and thank you as well for all of the hard work that you've done in the past. I have a newfound understanding of what it takes to make things work and work properly. When you consider they have to work across different platforms, be it mobile or desktop, and then you've got operating systems, and it still has to work when you got a bunch of different plugins. As you see, I got a billion extensions up here and all that other stuff. To all you coders, programmers, thank you for all the hard work that you do. And wow, they have to go through and find the problem themselves. Well, in the past, not anymore. This makes it so much easier. And I see where it says this is gonna replace coders and programmers. I don't think so. It's gonna supplement. Someone still has to be here to give a command. in the prompt. But this speeds up the process a great deal, especially if it can fix it. Next, I'll have it change the name when it's complete on the last step that Copilot and I have devised. So it's doing all this stuff over again, but this is what has to be done. Okay, that didn't take as long. And I guess it wants me to do it. Nope, still at the bottom. I haven't rated anything yet on purpose. I did a few. So put this up here. One thing I don't like is you can't see the whole thing. It's still at the bottom. Okay, the new affirmation. Is still showing up at the bottom of the page. Why'd you get an E in bottom? Because you couldn't see what you were typing. Easy. Get off of there. You spelled page wrong. You have all the letters, it's just not in the right order. Okay, let's see what we got now. And this is in the way. I have a feeling this is my request count, and it's getting dwindled down. Okay, now it's doing another update and modification. If I'm down to 35, I've already used more than half. That would be for the whole month, folks. We might not be doing this tomorrow. We might be waiting on the next payment. It doesn't look like you can buy additional credits, tokens, or whatever they use. A la carte, as it were, like you can with other services. Interesting. I'm not done yet. So starting the server again. It's going to take a few seconds. Hurry up, because I'm hungry. All right, so yeah, it's gonna. Uh-oh, it didn't work this time. Maybe we're going to stop it and restart it. Kill is such a harsh word. Okay, so they're restarting the mock server. I didn't say how it works on the server. Now, restarting, still not working. Different approach. Oh. Looks like they switched ports. No? Okay, there's something still using that. Okay. Restarting the server. Still not working. Another approach. All right, now it's working. It looks like. Issue. You know what? I wonder if it's because of this. I think the other site being open is why it did that. There was a link in there and now it went away. Okay. Do you want me to do it? Now nothing's displaying. Hmm. The text and images aren't showing up. Oops. Every time. You gotta hit that. Okay. And new one. Nothing. At the bottom again. We should get a new one. It's making me do it. I guess. Oh, excuse me. Computer. Let's see, it does show. Browser tab. It is showing. Oops. A new quote. Awesome. Page. I tell you to do that. Did it again. Look at that spelling. make sure that either. Yes. Thinking. New browser tab, the notification is still showing at the bottom of the page instead of updating the main affirmation. A fixed version of the main text, similar approach. Full file rewrite. Oh no, not again. It doesn't see its own errors while it's doing it like Manus will. I hope you didn't hear me snoring. I fell asleep. All right, let's try it again. It's not showing there. Well, let me go there. 233 requests. And it's not showing here. It was not completed successfully. That's a new number, yeah. Is that going to publish it? Computer window. Oops. Keep forgetting the inner key won't do it. All right, this is getting on my nerves now. Okay, so what are you doing, Ninja? You're gonna get that. Get that. And that. That. We're gonna get them onto it. The numbers are different. No? Let me reload it. Still doing it. But at least you get a new one. You're still thinking. All right, what are you doing? All right. Now, all of that has been, you checked all that. And now you're checking. You know, let me get rid of this. script tag injected. It might be causing problems. New website. Alright, let's go try to see. It's working correctly. Accessing the website directly. Let's try to expose the port to make it accessible. Trying a different route. Serve correctly, but there's a script injected. Okay. Without the script. Let's rewrite it again. Okay, there, now. Same issue. Okay, well, at least it's finding its errors. And I still have a few more prompts to put in to get it all completed. Well, I'm going to be starting dinner late. I wonder if I can switch over to my laptop and then I can take it downstairs and start cooking. I'm not going to try it because I would lose the recording. Duh. And one thing about OBS Studio, you can't log in. So everything that you have set up goes from computer to computer. Let's see, dashboard also the same issue. I made it plain. So it's fixing more stuff. And let's see, I'll find file as well. It's fixing a lot of stuff. Restarting the server, applying changes. Okay, so it's making more modifications and updates. Error. Not again. Different approach. Checking. It's running. Used by another process. I close the thing. Okay, more and more problems. But this is part of the process. Thank you for sticking that for the world to see. Well, by the time it's ready, I'll have all that changed. I'm not worried about that. How could it not be saved correctly and you're doing it? Different approach, a new server file. Okay, we're killing the existing. Start our new server. Dang it, I missed it. I'm still messing up. Problematic script tag. Save the server. Tag is still present in the file. Let's try a different. Well, a different approach means you need to remove it. Fixed version. Copy the CSS. New server file. Existing. Oh, come on. Starting again. So now what it's doing, I think it's gonna pop it on the screen again. Failed again. Let's try a different approach. Kill that process and try different ports. 304, 3004. This is all on its server, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, someone please correct me. I'm doing this all for you folks. Taking one for the team. Starting it. So we started at 3,000, got up to 3,004 because of all the errors. And I guess it must be, the old pages must be stuck in the port. Whoops, I didn't mean to bump my headset. So it's starting the server again. So it made a boo-boo yet again. Different approach. It's in use. Oh. And this is really starting to bug me. Now we're at 3005. And it's starting. That's what takes so long. It's calling the port. Let's hope it works, and let's hope everything works. Error. Of course. I don't know if I can show you all the other functions. Actually, you can do more than one. Thread. History. Memories. Okay. One thing that you can do with Ninja Tech AI is you can choose what AI agent you use while it's doing stuff. Already upgraded. Let's see, you got Super Ninja Pro. Okay, I left it on light theme. And I don't want to sign out. But since I've already done it, it won't let me do it. Let's take a look at that. Yes, now, this is part of it. You can choose which agent you're using. Also for the chat, you can choose be it Claude, GPT-5, Gemini, and these are the rest. Here's everything else. Okay, it even has DeepSeek on here. You got Win, I don't know who that one is or what it is. Llama, Amazon, Grok from Elon Musk. I don't trust him, so I'm not using it. And then, of course, your image agent. You can choose which you want from among these, or it'll automatically choose. You can take your pick. Okay, you got Flux, Dolly, Amazon, Stable Diffusion, Gemini, and look at preview means. I wonder if that means the same as beta. But all of these are included. You don't have to use separate AI agents to do anything. These are all included. Let's see. And we'll get rid of that. It's still having problems throughout all of that. Okay. You keep seeing stuff and you keep messing it up. Okay, access simple templates, animate, the script is only being injected with HTML file, strong work approach, HTML file, different extension. I don't know why I would inject it. And this is the simple, another one. Okay. Still not working. So that's troubleshooting. Bypass. Okay, so more code, bypassing. Alright, so there's nothing in there. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Two hours and 28 minutes. That's what it's showing on the OBS Studio as recording time. I'm gonna have to get an external hard drive to store all of my video. But no, like I said, I'll make a site that I can upload all my videos to. And then I'll get them off of this computer. And I need to make the site where it needs to be connected to my files. I don't know how to do that. I'll ask Copilot. I won't use Super Ninja AI because I don't know if I'll have any credits left. I think I'll use GenSpark. I should have plenty on there. Modifying ports. Oh. Now we're on port 9000, but I think it's because it's for a different type of thing. I don't know. Again, folks, all for you. And we'll find out sooner or later if we're going to get this done. Error. Ugh. Let's try a different approach again. Okay, so with an iframe, it's just probably going to load it within itself. The script is still going in there. I wonder if it's stuck in a loop so it can use up all my credits like Manus does. I wonder if this will terminate everything that's going if I start something. Let me see, this issue not working. Identified automatic script injection. Every HTML file is having a script automatically injected into the head section. Let's see. Interfering with the functionality of your site. I confirm this. Creating none, creating. Let's see. Solution. I've developed a solution that uses execution to bypass the script injection. The solution involves. Oh man, it's going to reverse. It's going to rewrite everything. I guess it did it already. Updating any references to these files in your code. Let me do that solution for you first and implement it yourself. Implement it. For me. Please. And I'll be nice to it. And there we go. I want to give you a fair because it's not working yet. Okay. Wow. I wonder if I was snoring when I fell asleep. And I did fall asleep, folks. That's why I was quiet for a while. It wasn't intentional. I'm just sitting here doing nothing, and it's just like, next thing I know, I'm waking up. Oh, let's see. Need to modify the approach since we can't easily import mock server routes. Let's create a standalone server that includes all necessary routes. What I would like for it to do is to give me the code, and I'll either use Copilot or Perplexity to fix it. so always modifying something to create a standalone server. So this should have no problem. This is not connected to any of its systems. This is all by itself. Here's the code. XML version for the admin dashboard. I wonder if GenSpark would have done this better. I think so. So far. I'm glad I had it checked because there are a lot of problems with this thing. And as we go on with the additional prompts to get more functionality into this site, it would have caused a lot more problems, but we're getting it all fixed right now. And I see this number is going down. It was at 32. Oh man, now you got redirects and stuff. Start script. Okay, we need existing node processes. Please don't say error. This is all the stuff. Alright, again. Alright, new readme file. Now we get a new one. We're going to start it to test the solution. I wonder after all of this if I can become an ambassador for Ninja Tech AI. I'm going to submit my application when I get all of this done, the entire site done, and give them my YouTube channel. Or I might just give them the link to the videos. Okay, so now it's going to test it. So we gotta wait. Calling the server. You have to wait to connect and all that good stuff. Oh. Unhandled error. Here we go with the ports again. Starting again. Unhandled error. The port configuration in the code. I would think that it should just say any open port instead of a specific port. I don't know. Like I say, I don't code, I don't program. It was working, the API. There's nothing wrong with it. In my old API. That was when ChatGPT first came out. That's coming up on what? 2 years now, isn't it? Well, you're modifying a whole lot of stuff. It's interesting. Right now, you can't give it verbal commands. Okay, that would stop it. Upload. So go to GitHub. We can't do it now. We're gonna start it again. We're just waiting on the server to start. It failed again. Let's try a different approach. Let's create a simple script to start the server with a specific port. Another error. I'm typing in. They're just trying to test it, but this is part of the process. So, longer process than I thought it would be. 2 hours and 41 minutes, according to my OBS. And if I do this, this will stop everything. Error. Error. Here. Still in use. Oh, kill the process. Update. Oh, excuse me. And now we're going to start the server again. Okay. Let's see if I get that. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to open. Dang it. Missed it still. Get all that off of there. Okay. Well, we got all the way down to 3030. We started at 3,000. But we didn't use everything in between. Oh. It's coming up on 5 o'clock. Boom. See no display in your computer. Again. Now it's checking everything. It's not showing here in its computer. I don't want to hit the stop button because it'll stop all of this. I'll get that out of there. Solution confirmed, served correctly, working. Solution is now ready for use. Would you like me to explain part? Okay, here's the site. What are you doing? It doesn't work. Why is it on localhost? And none of it works. Well, I can't get to the admin if I can't log in. You get it incorrect. Oh, yeah, I know why I'm doing it like this. The rest of them. Here we go. Can't move it over, huh? Okay. Do it like this. You go here. You go here. You go here. Now, take a screenshot. I want all of them. Oh, okay. That's fine. I know why I did it. Let's get all this crap off of here. I was hoping it would let me do the whole thing. I don't have time for all that. I'm trying to make it do what I want it to do. Let's go here. Back here. Let's upload. Screenshot. Okay. It'd be nice if you showed an image of it, a little thumbnail. No, the links work. Oops. I know I typed that whole thing. I did. Computer's laggy. There we go. The website functionality is preserved. The links are not working. Let's fix this. Oh. You're fixing more and more stuff. And I'm trying to figure out why it's localhost instead of... I might not have access to these, which is why it's not displaying. And if it... I wonder if I can take the code and just load it on myself. How can you see all of that from the screenshot? Starting the server. Okay. Now, you did this to redirect to that, and now you're using this to redirect to this. Okay, at least it's showing. But you know what? Let's try it one more still. It's showing the same one. It's still showing at the bottom. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, come on, computer. I hope I spelled everything correctly. My computer is very laggy because it's tired. But one thing I have to say is Super Ninja AI, or what is it, Ninja Tech AI, same thing, does not have a laggy interface. It's my computer that's laggy. But I was using Bila.dev, and I used it on 3 different computers here. And its interface is very laggy when you're typing. Forgot the period. But see, it's not done because I can't send it. And it's, jeez, in the middle of doing stuff. A redirect for the admin. Oh my God. So okay, we'll get rid of these. I know I clicked it. That's why it's doing this. There we go. It's still not working. Let's try this other one. Yeah, you're not getting that. It's let's try this one. No. Admin. No. No. Let's get that off of there because I want to ask it what happened to the original. Okay. Dang it. To the URL that let's see. Ninja Tech AI does the hosting. Not the, it should be these. Yep, I spelled tech wrong. I got E there. No biggie. Coming up on 3 hours of video time, folks. I'm sorry it's so long, but we're going to get to the root of this. And you're watching it in action, correcting all of the errors and mistakes. And it was almost working there for a hot second, but putting it on this, it's not going, it's local. Okay, and it's not going to work for me. So now it's thinking about what I just asked it. And that's all I wanted, was for it to fix the problem and give me the URL like it did when it first did it. I'm not even going to go all the way up there. How small is... Yeah, let's not even worry about it. You get another incorrect. It's funny, they don't ask you why. Oh, you can do this here and tell them. Now is that going to happen? It's going to open a new box. Oh, after many rewrites. Do not work. Well, from this, they'll see everything that took place. So now it's thinking, like I said, still thinking about what I just sent to it. This is getting on my nerves because I thought I'd be done by now. I should have done a comparison video, this versus GenSpark AI. Investigating the hosting URLs. Previously working. I'll check the deployment status. You need to deploy, fix any issues. You did all that work and you stuck it on a local with the URLs. You didn't give me one that I can use. Hosting issue. Deploy tool. I don't see any evidence that we use a deploy tool to deploy the site to a host. Let me check if there are any references. Let me check information. Whatever link it gave me, way up here, you'll be rolling all day. Way up here. Oh, that's after the API. Daytona works. I couldn't remember what it was, but it's proxy.daytona.works. Okay. Now, why aren't you giving a control V? What are you doing? Take AI. All right. Let's see what happens before it gets rid of it. Oh, that's not a bad. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Another screenshot. I'm gonna stop it. Move. this number is going down. I have a feeling I'm going to be using up all of my credits. Like I say, I wonder if they make these mistakes on purpose so you use up everything and have to give them more money. All right, I'm going to do that again because you didn't want to take it. Yes, it's no longer active because you did all that stuff to it. Is this it? Let's see. Jeez, you gotta give him this. All right, come on. I clicked this. What's taking you so long to load it? It did that. See, main URL. No. I want to see what you're doing. Yeah, that's the same thing. And XML. Today's a day of fasting. Okay, I see the issue from your screenshots. Replace side time problem with relevant paths. Let me fix this by updating with absolute yes instead of that's what you should have done. Down to 27, and there's still a lot of stuff left to get this site the way I want it. Oh, we're gonna have to wait eventually. 3 hours and some change so far. Now let's create a fixed index. Access denied. Access denied. You didn't say the magic word. Fixed files. I'm not even going to click on it. I'm paying for this. Okay? Oh. But it's doing its best. We're going to get this all worked out. Let's see, investigation, deployment, fixing host issues. Yeah, you gave me crappy URLs, which made no sense. Of course, that's not working. All right, verify, let's index. The site should now display with all, let's see, function, daily app, night, anything else. Let's take a look. Now I scrolled up too much. All right, I'm going to use the one you recommend. I could have done something like this on my own. This doesn't work either. Another screenshot. That's that one. And let's see what this one gives me. And that doesn't work. Another screenshot. Yes. Let this upload and uphold. Now, these are all going to look the same. You got to check the numbers for the timestamp. Okay, not exactly the same. I wish it wouldn't do that. Oh, Goober, it's your fault. You could have done both at the same time. You did not use your keyboard. No dice. Yeah, let's see what it did now. I don't know if this is the right URL or not. Oh, yes. So far, so good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Let me show it. What it has done. Oops, forgot that. Yes, yes, it works, it works. Success. Oops, I know I messed up, my fingers slipped. Now, one thing I'd like to know is, will it work in a traffic exchange? And then when I use this submit ads for free because they have a URL checker. Where's the link? I'll copy it. Now, I'm going to use submit ads for free and their URL checker. Submit ads for free is a manual traffic exchange. I'm not worried about getting the little login points. And we'll go here, website URL checker. Let's see if it will. It works in submit ads for free. This means it'll work in every traffic exchange. Right now, I can advertise this. I can advertise this bad boy. I do not have any ads on here, so I can get away with it to get some traction to the site. Okay, I am quite thrilled. All right, now let's get this back over on the other screen. Yes, and I have two S's here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Like I said, my computer's very laggy. That's why it's taking that so long to go away. But I think it's more this interface. It works on submit ads for free.com. Excellent job. Give it a there. Actually, I can take a screenshot of this. Come on. It's more the interface being laggy because everything else on my computer is going fine. But it's not as bad as Bila.dev, DEV. That was just terrible, okay? And it was so laggy and using so many resources, it made my computer freeze. All right, here we go. I'm not even going to worry about doing anything else because I want to eat. We'll pick up the rest tomorrow. And I need to let my computer rest. Here it is. I wanted to give a success with an exclamation mark. As well. I'll wait on that to go in there and then we'll enter it. And let me put this link here. Okay, good. And we shall click to upload. Okay. I want you to know that you, after all we've been through, great work. Now, let's see. I'm thrilled to hear that the Mindfulness is working properly on Submit Ads for free as well. The screenshots look great. The site is displaying properly with all the styling and functionality intact. What made this solution work? The key to success was creating a completely self-contained HTML file. Let's see, embedded directly in the document, contains all JavaScript functionality in line. Only relies on external resource. Awesome. For icons, doesn't depend on any server-side processing or relevant paths. Benefits. So yeah, that's what I wanted. Maximum portability, can be hosted anywhere without modification. Only, let's see, one external resource means fewer points of failure. Fast loading, yes. Cross-platform, works consistently across different hosting environments. Demonstrates the value of adaptability in web development. When faced with hosting constraints or script injection issues, creating a self-contained solution can be the most reliable approach. Thank you for your patience as we work through the different solutions. I'm glad we found an approach that works perfectly for your needs. Is there anything else you'd like me to help you with regarding the Mindfulness website or any other projects? Okay. I'm done. This is 3 hours, 24 minutes and counting, going on 3 hours, 25 minutes. Let me see. There will be more to come for the website. Yeah, it's laggy because it is. It's really not my computer. Everything else on it is working fine. It's not nearly as bad as Bella.dev. Let's see, there will be more for the website. I need to eat. Do or not do. Will you remember this session? You didn't get rid of the D. No, I'll just put a question mark. Get off, Grammarly. Jeez Christ, just want to be in the way. Alright. No, it's going to take too long. It won't. come on. Ugh. Frustration. Now, I want to get the space out of that before I ask the question. Grammarly, get off of here. I'm going to need to set it up so it won't show up on this site. Very annoying. Yep, that's why I haven't signed in. It wants to take over the screen. Okay, I don't feel like waiting. Let's do this. And of course, I know there's a space there, but this interface is laggy. But other than that, it finally got it right. Yay! Celebrate the small wins. That's a big win. Yes! Okay, Tiger Woods pump. Fist pump. Hurry up and do this. More to come for the website. I need to remember this session. Now we'll find out. Here it is. The brain here. Let's see what it says. Of course. You know I'm making a video, you want to misbehave. You get a superb. And while it's doing that, let me put the link here on my Google Doc. Site link. Do that. Let me copy it again. I already know copy. I don't think I got it. There's nothing there. All right, let's go here. There we go. Wow. That thing is like super duper long. It's not showing all of it. Here, it's showing all the HTML on my Google Docs. The index dot. Okay. Let's make sure that's right. Alright, I'm not going to copy it like that. Like this. Copy. And I shall paste it here. There we go. That's better. I'll shorten it with a tiny URL later. Okay, let's see. Yes, I remember this session. And all the work we've done on the Mindfulness website. You should. The deployed site is available. And let's see, we're ready to continue working on the site. Just let me know what enhancements or features you'd like to add next. All our progress is documented. I have a clear understanding of the current implementation, the deployment method we use, the troubleshooting steps we took to get it working, the features already implemented. Enjoy your meal. I shall. I'll be here when you're ready to continue working on the website. Just start a new conversation and reference this project, and we can pick up right where we left off. But what I'm going to do, you can see that's a new thread. This is all our chat. Yeah, this is just go to history. And it should be here. It's loading. So, yeah, all I'll do is click on this and we'll be good to go. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you. For your hard work. I thought I was done. I need to get that period out of there after all that pops up. So, folks, there you have it. This is just day one. By the end of this series, especially after this very long one today, you'll see a fully functioning site that generates affirmations daily without me lifting a fingertip. Right now, that's where I am. But there's going to be a few more enhancements. So subscribe if you want to see how far the lean solo execution can go. And if you're building something similar, drop a comment. I'll share what I've learned. Or if you want to know more about other AI tools, leave it in the comments as well. I thank you for your patience if you stayed with me this far. Again, I hope you didn't hear me snoring because I literally did fall asleep while waiting on this thing. Please, again, if you got value out of this, please like, share, subscribe, leave the comments below on any suggestions on how this could have gone shorter. But like I said, I need to get down here and cook dinner. I'm way behind schedule now. But everybody, thank you very much. Now let me find my OBS. And have a great evening.